I mean, let's be real. Like, if I wrote this today, I'd get cancelled. Hello everyone, it's your favorite writer, Catherine York. Today I will do something I really didn't want to do, but for the sake of doing another fun video, I decided I'm gonna do this today. You see, I like this book. I really do. Like, it's part of history. It's part of, you know, when I was first starting off writing, I came up with this idea. It turned out to be something completely different from what I originally imagined, but back then I didn't know about outlining and stuff like that. So of course I just like jumbled a lot of like scenes I imagined in my head and just like tried to make it work. I don't really remember, other than the scenes, I don't remember the writing. I just know that it's bad because sometimes like the new readers would show up and like comment on something from that book and I'm like, oh my god. And if I click on the comment, I just know it's gonna be something very triggering for me to read because the English wasn't good back then, the writing wasn't good. Like, the only thing I can probably say is like the plotting, maybe, but I mean, even the character developments, I just didn't think too much about it, but that's what you expect from like a 17-year-old girl. I thought it was wise, I thought it was interesting, I thought it was cool, but yeah, now I'm probably gonna go back to that moment, to that thought process when I was 17 and probably regret everything I have ever written. But for the sake of it, I was like, you know what, let's read some stuff from when I saved a bad boy, which is like 2013. Man, that's old. That is an old story. I did put a disclaimer for everybody like that this is written way like long ago. I'm sorry, I'm gonna keep looking at the camera because I just switched some of the filters, so I don't know how it is going to look. Okay, never mind. Let me start reading. Chapter 1. Hell no, I would never ever want to kiss you. Are you sure? His hands were on her waist as he pulled her so close she could feel his warm breath over her lips. He was so close. I think we got that. She stuttered. But it seems like you do. His nose rubbed on hers. He lifted one hand and went over her mouth with his thumb. And I know you can't resist me as much as I can't resist you. Before she could say anything, his lips were on hers. She felt sparks. No, not sparks, flames. She was in too deep to realize. He drove her over the edge and she was burning. His passionate kiss went stronger and even better. Suddenly his lips went down to her neck. I can't read no more. I'm going to die. Okay. This was relatable so far, and I do remember this part. I do remember writing this. Okay, next one. I closed the book and put it under my pillow. I hated myself for reading that sweet, torturing book. Why was life not like in movies or books? Like in the movies or books, okay. The guy who would sweep you off your feet and will make you feel gorgeous and wanted, and he will drive you over the edge. I closed my eyes and went under the covers. I tried to keep calm, but I was always like this. I should have listened to my friend Angie when she said not to even touch the book, but no, I had to do this to myself and read about love and passion. Still relatable. I mean, tell me, is this fair? I'm 17 and no boyfriend. Girl, I have news for you. And all of my friends are asking me why I keep on pushing guys away from me. It's not my fault that I'm a little weird around the cute ones, and don't go blaming me for saying no to the guys. I knew what they only want. Oh my god. The grammar. I don't want to be with somebody just so I can have a boyfriend. This, I still agree with this. See, like that. I'm consistent throughout the years. I want passion and sparks, and I want to feel for once in my life like a heroine from a book. I don't even know if this is spelled properly. Okay, the comments pass the vibe check. Okay. I curse myself for being like this, but even if I try, I can't change my feelings about it. The next morning, I woke up and got ready for school. I put on a simple white shirt and some jeans. Of course we were gonna have getting ready for school part, of course, and getting dressed. This is what every writer who starts writing does. You have to have like a getting ready for school scene. It's just, I don't feel like dressing up fancy, not that I ever do, and I let my hair down in my natural curls. Okay, whatever. Angie, my best friend, always says that I do look pretty and I should be a little more confident. Not that I'm not, just I trust people easily enough and get hurt. This doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But I keep on blabbing and I keep talking to myself in my brain. I'm already going crazy. Maybe they should lock me up in a mental hospital. Hey, maybe I'll find crazy love there. Ha 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 ha. Well, I'm apparently in a good mood this morning since my brain is considering a mental hospital. Julie, I heard my mother yell from downstairs. Julie. Angie's here for you. I'll be right there, Mom. I grabbed my bag and put on my smile. Have a good day, honey. She kissed me on my cheek. Bye, Mom. I love my mom and my dad too. They're really cool. Both of them are really nice and believe in good faith in people. They pretty much believe that every man has humanity inside, even if it's a little bit. I take after them. I do care a lot about people, even though I'm not asked to care. Did you read the book? Angie asked me after we got out of the house. She gave me a disapproval look. No, you said not to read it. I said, trying to put a smile on my face. I thought you already put on the smile. You little liar. I know you read it. Don't lie. Damn, how did she know me so well? Pfft, we'd be friends forever. Of course she would notice this kind of stuff. Good job, Einstein. The jokes. This is 2013 type of humor. Fine, I did, but don't even say that. I know that fake smile. Goddamn girl, don't you listen to anyone? You know how you feel after reading them. But Angie, I can't help it. They're so romantic. Julie, you're never going to be yourself if you keep living in a fantasy world. Now pull it together and give me a real smile. I have a feeling today is going to be a special day. None of my friends have ever said this to me, but like 2013. That's my only excuse. Why? Oh, I just have a feeling. Uh-oh, that's not good. What's in that little head of yours? Angie, I swear to God, I was strangled if you're making any plans without me knowing. Oh, please, you're going to love me. Now get in the car and let's go to school. I did have a friend who did stuff like that, actually. Who did stuff without me knowing. Blah, 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 blah. I'm still getting in later. Now I need you to drive me to school. Julie, is that the only reason you hang out with me? It took you long enough to figure out. I'm only using you for a car. I smiled, teasing her while she punched my arm. Wow, that hurt. Oh, is Julie hurt? Do you want me to apologize for punching you? Bitch, you'll pay. I laughed and pinched her as we got into the car. Suddenly we began fighting each other and tickling. Alright, stop, we'll be late. That's not over. Okay, this is boring. Boring conversation that I should have just removed from the story back then. Like if I can edit this story, which I will never do. I will never edit the story. But if I would have edited, I would cut this out, this boring part of the conversation. Break time, it was only me and Angie sitting in our usual spot, sitting with Keelan, our other friend. Blonde and pretty, but so shy. I loved her, even though Angie always complained how she and I are boring. So, anybody for a movie tonight? Angie asked, despite knowing the answer. I'm sorry, guys, I have to study, Keelan replied. How about tomorrow? I bet you'll be free then, right? I smiled, trying to persuade Keelan to come and hand with us. It was her first year here, and we were her only friends. Okay, I'll come tomorrow. Awesome. Again, I will just like cut this out conversation. And I turned my head to see a guy coming towards us. Oh no, Angie, what did you do? Not again. Julie, Keela, this is Mark. We smiled, both giving the who will be the victim this time look to each other. I smiled to Angie, giving her the you are dead look. He sat next to us. Okay, to be more precise, next to me. So she's the victim. So Julie, right? Yeah. Angie told me you're into action movies. Maybe we can watch a movie sometimes. I know this is great. I just heard blah, 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 blah. Very rude. Bitch, this is rude. What the? So, what did he ask me? Fuck. Yes? I said, what? What? I repeated. I asked you what was your favorite movie and you said yes. Oh my God, how did I get out of this one? Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought you asked me do I have a favorite movie. I smiled politely, wanting to die. I'd probably feel like this too. So anyways, how about a movie sometimes? As I wanted to say sorry, no. Angie gave me a death glare. We just heard each other screaming with the eyes. No, yes, no, yes, no. I mean, let's be real. Like, if I wrote this today, I'd get cancelled. Okay, sure, Marcus, mouth kicking Angie under the table. Okay, perfect, I'll call you. I'm just gonna skip this next part because this is like a little stupid conversation. I just want to get to the good part. So she gets stuck in the library. She forgets about the time. She runs back home. It's very late. It's almost dark and I try to get home on time. I check my voicemail, realizing Angie left like 10 messages. I've never used a voicemail in my entire life and I'm a 90s kid. Great, I only need rain now. Like the day wasn't shady enough. It started raining, right? I stepped for a minute under a small roof, trying to regret the horrible decision I made today when I heard something. There were some noises coming from the dark alley. This is a bad idea, Julie. Don't give into temptation to pick. I kept talking to myself, but didn't matter. I was going to pick anyways. I moved my leg and I leaned my head just a little so I could see what the noise was. I'm so regretting this. Suddenly, I froze in the same spot. There were a couple of guys and they were beating somebody up. I wanted to yell help, but I was risking getting in trouble. I knew it. I'm in trouble. What should I do? Yell, scream, run away. Yes, I should run away. Go, Julie, go. But I can't move my legs. I just can't leave that guy get beaten to death. I probably would not get involved if I was a 17-year-old girl. But okay. So I pulled my cell phone out of my pocket. I went through the ringtones. I found one that said siren. I begged to sound like a police car and I pressed play, putting the volume up to the loudest. It started beeping like a police car, but it was much louder than I thought it would sound. I heard the guys panicking, and then when I dared to peek, I saw them running away, getting into a car and driving away. I ran towards the guy and tried to help him. Hey, are you alright? Do you hear me? I yelled, but no answer. He was unconscious. Of course, it's raining. She finds him in a dark alley. You know, a lot of mangas are based on this. I'm gonna say I started this trend of like girls like finding the bad boy and saving them. I'm gonna say I started this, okay? So yeah. Anyways, she brings me to the yeah, there is no conversation. Yeah, I thought there would be a conversation between the main character and her, but there isn't. But yeah, that was exhausting. It's already 11 minutes and I'm already exhausted. Yeah, so I'm just gonna stop. I don't think I could do another chapter of this. I'm already like, ugh. I know what's coming. I know that there's a lot of cringy scenes that I really hate rereading, and that's why I normally don't reply to comments on that story. It's not that I don't see them. I just don't want to reply to them and I don't want to open them because it just makes me cringe. Especially because I know people will like correct me for my grammatical mistakes and do this and that. And it's not like they're wrong, but I just do not want to get myself involved into a story I wrote when I was like 17. For the new story, I always look at all the comments. I try to reply to all of them, but like sometimes you just write ha 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 and I don't really have anything to reply to that other than maybe like post an emoji or something. That's why when I talk to Wattpad, like people doing survey last time, I told them like to make like a heart comment like for the Wattpad comments, so you can just like heart it and let you guys know that I do read your comments and I do get invested in it. And I think that like the next thing that I want to do is like read the comments on some of my stories on camera, just so like you guys can see my reaction, because you know sometimes I forget that I've read a comment or two, and when I go back to reread the story and I open the comment section, I just like love reading them, and I'm like, oh my god, how did I miss this comment? And yeah, it's a really nice experience to have, to just like have these stories that you guys love and read and go back to read them and comment on them. And I'm always like so grateful, and it seems unreal to me that I have like this amazing experience. And you know, when you're a writer who publishes stories, like you don't really have, other than like looking up reviews of your story, I don't think you can really get this experience that Wattpad offers you, just to read comments on a specific paragraph you thought it was funny and you want to see if it actually made people laugh. So you have that opportunity. So I think that's what's great about Wattpad, and that's why I liked writing on it, and that's why I like publishing stories on there. Not that self-publishing is like, it's not good, but I also like to have that experience with it. Anyways, that's so much. Anyways, that's all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, I can't wait to see you in the next one. Please like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, leave a comment down below, and see you in the next one. Bye!